You're watching Mike the Brain 5538, my channel on YouTube. But if you have the desire to become a super shredder, I want to share some of the secret sauce with you. Some of the magical micro components that when you see these amazing guitarists, more often than not on Instagram, where they do these shorts, and often you can see, if you look at the sort of digital footprint, if you have the availability to look at it, you'll see that it's been spliced because they're taking the errors out. Now, this is done in analog if you care. This is real and pathetic, I know, but I'm going to share you what I've gained in knowledge from thousands, and I'm talking like 4,000 or 5,000 hours of research on YouTube the last 8 or 9 years. And so my execution is not that good. You know, if you happen to be younger than me, with a younger mind, with younger hands, I'm 66, but I like a challenge. And this particular lick, which is based on a late Alan Holdsworth lick, but not accurate to his notes, and Alan attested that, but using the ideas of playing triads, chords on one string. If anything I say is foreign to you, go check out my channel, Mike the Brain 5538 on YouTube. And I've got a whole lot of guitar lessons. This is the 59th lesson in a series. They started guitar lessons 1.0.0, guitar lessons 100 if you care, through to, this is lesson 158, the 59th lesson. In the first hour, I'll teach you everything about acoustic and electric guitars. And in an hour and 5 minutes, that first long lesson, I'll even discuss modes and advanced concepts. I'll discuss triads, chords, cowboy chords, the most basic, how to strum a guitar, etc. But right now, for the more advanced intermediate guitarist or soloist, this is called by a YouTuber, a music professor, as being the Mount Everest of guitar licks, and therefore the challenge for a guy like me who likes a challenge in life. So that is an A minor chord. I'm here at the 12th fret of the A string, A note, to the minor third, the C. I'm talking about intervals here. As I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check my channel. That's the intervals involved, the spaces between the notes, the distance between the notes, with reference to the major scale of it. In this case, A to the minor third to the perfect fifth. I then play you an E note at the 14th fret of the D string, the minor third, the G note, and the B note there at the 21st fret. E, G, B is an E minor, and then I play you the octave of the A minor, A, C, E again. So you're learning the fretboard now as well. Now remember, this is a 22 fret Paul Reed Smith guitar right there. So 22, always think of it this way. If you were playing the 12th fret, plus 10 is 22, then you're playing 2 notes below whatever the note is at the 12th fret. And most of us know by now, if you're at this level, that on the E string at the 12th fret, it's the octave of the open E string. Therefore, D is at the 22nd fret. Now I'm going to play you a chord you know well, or maybe you don't. An F sharp, an A, and a D. Any guesses? Yes, you guessed it. It's a D major chord, but in its second inversion, because a D major starts at the 10th fret, a D, the major third interval, the F sharp, and the perfect fifth interval of D major, the A note. D, F sharp, A is D major in the first inversion. When I start on the second note of the D major chord, the F sharp, to the third note in the D major chord, the A, to the first note, the D. But I'm starting on the second note in the triad. Therefore, I've got D major in the second inversion. And while we're at it, if I drop my pinky from the 22nd fret to the 21st fret, that's the major 7th interval. Therefore, I'm playing D major 7th when I hit the 21st fret, the C major note. Now, what I just did there was play a D major arpeggio. In arpeggio, picking the notes independently. A F sharp, a D, a A, F sharp, and a D. you can sweep it and go really fast if you're good enough. Those are the 5 notes, okay? A D, a F sharp, a A, D, F sharp, A, and a D. Outside maybe the scope of this lesson, but there I just showed you a little bit about arpeggios. Let's get back to the lick. Now with your younger or older hands, maybe you've got all those attributes I talked about: a young mind, young hand, and a dexterous coordination of the two. If you can do this stuff really smoothly, like these guys on Instagram, congratulations. I admire you, because it's not easy. Now, if you're new to this stuff, now remember, I've been at this for quite a few years, but not necessarily this lick. But I'm starting to get used to it, because I have done similar lessons on this particular lick in that it's so challenging. And I'm not sitting very comfortable, because, you know, I don't exactly get on a stage if I do. And by the way, we're talking about stage. I just got on a stage 10 days ago, and it was a huge amount of fun for the first time in 45 years. It was a huge amount of fun, and if you happen to be there, thanks for the hoo-ha's, and thanks to the ladies that actually danced to the songs. We did 3 covers and 2 of the originals that I wrote myself, and I hope to be repeating that performance within a month or 2 at least, with some new material, because I've been writing songs, high energy songs, and some of them low energy songs. Now, as I said, the reason why I practice these things is because they're difficult, intrinsically difficult. If you feel the pain in your forearm here, you can see I'm well developed. I've been doing this for a long time, these stretchy licks. Because, for example, I would play A minor pentatonic. That's 3 notes per string. And so you can go check out my lessons on 3 notes per string and licks for super shredders. I'm playing position 1 and position 2 there of A minor pentatonic. And I assure you that if you can play position 5, which is the position below that, coming out of the major 7th, this one, that's position 5 of A minor pentatonic, which you might recognize as the Jimmy Page sound. You know, when I turn the gain and distortion up, you know that position well. You might also know it at the 5th fret. But when you come out of G, they're at the 3rd fret, and you combine it with position 1, then you're in business, because you're going to be playing 98.9% of your favorite rock songs of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You put your recording of those famous songs you so love and play those 2 positions once you've established the key center, often was in A, C, D, E, or G. And you're going to be playing along with your favorite artists using those 5 magical notes in those 2 positions. And then you can bring it up here into the higher register above the 12th fret, or from the 12th fret onwards. We're in the next register of octaves. You know, you've got 2 horizontal octaves and what we call 2 vertical octaves on a 22 fret guitar, and you'll just touch into the 5th octave available on a guitar. And so I wish you well with this stuff. I really encourage you to get into it, even if you never use it, because it'll make, as one famous guitarist on the internet says, it'll make everything else seem like child's play. You can, you know, do this sort of thing. Practice your hammer on from nowhere, hammer on, pull off. Practicing, you know, the different intervals between the fingers. Starting to play E minor there, just from force of habit. So hopefully that gave you some idea of what's involved. Knowing your triads, and sit with a pen and paper where I do the lesson on triads if you don't understand, and firstly do the lesson on intervals. If you don't understand the concept of intervals, I'll show you exactly how they derive from in Western music, certainly from the major scale. I wish you luck, and thanks for viewing my channel. I do believe the algorithm's changed in recent weeks, especially now in 2025. And I've heard some big hitters with millions of subscribers complaining. So maybe the algorithm people are listening to me. Hopefully the AI will pick it up and not ruin small channels. It can only appeal to you because, supply and demand, and what can I say? Appreciate them giving us the opportunity to share our breakthroughs and views with you all. But I think small YouTubers need more attention. So you, the public, give it to us, and let's show the algorithm what we can achieve. Look, my lessons are very basic, but very sincere, and I promise you, you will become a better guitarist. Go check out my channel at some of my jams. I'm not a vocalist, but you'll often see me standing behind a microphone howling like a wolf. And sometimes you'll see me playing with trios that I have down here in my room I call mix. My music room, got a set of drums, we've got bass amps, guitars, everything set up here, just for a couple of guys, mainly in their 60s, having some fun together. And that's what this is all about, having a huge amount of joy and fun. And my passion, certainly the last 2.5 years, has been sharing my fun with you and parting my knowledge with you so that it goes onto the cloud as such. And you're able to benefit from my struggles. Thanks.